තෙරුවන් සරණයි මෙහෙණින් වහන්සේ.
Hari, Thiruvan Saranai, dear friend of our Dhamma. First, we like to pay our Buddha Father, spiritual Dhamma guidance teacher, and we also like to thank you all for attending this Dhamma Zoom discussion. We about discuss the Dhamma. Mm, the it's okay. Dullabang Shana Sampatti, Dullabang Saddhamma Savanang, Dullabang Manusatta Patilabho, Dullabang Patirupa Desavaso. This moment is what we are not able to realize. If we can realize that the mind, then we can attain nirvana. The mind is itself the object arising in the mind. Every moment this object coming into effect, rises and passes away. When studying one mango leaf of same of studying all other leaves in the tree. Likewise, when one investigates one mind, he sees all the minds. So realization of the truth is the realization of one mind. This is called seeing the truth. Therefore, we have to explore how the mind is born. Now, you know, according to the sermons, isn't that only this moment exists. This means, as I am talking to you, only this moment exists. When I talk to you tomorrow, when I talk, Atitan Atmagameya Napatikanke Anagatan Pachupannache Dhamma Tatra Tatra Pasati. Past thoughts just disappear without leaving any trace. The future thoughts not created, but even the present mind is not true. Take this book as an example. The mind sees this as a book, but in real sense there is no book outside. It is only a book in our mind. Only your mind says this is a book, which is combination of sound and shape formations. In our preschool times, the shapes were matched with the sounds such as yellow, blue, and green colors. We have come gathering with these sounds and shapes since then. That is what we call the mind. So, if we hear someone shouting at us, we imagine a picture on a parrot. If we hear someone calling a crow, then imagine a picture of a crow. This has happened due to the combination of sounds and shapes. This happens every time as every sound has a shape. If there is Chinese national hear a sound of a crow, he does not get any picture in his mind, as he doesn't have any picture related to this sound. This explains mind is a formation of sound and color. This is the truth. Now look at only exists this moment. So we keep on thinking about the past, it also happening in this moment. If there is only this moment, everything happens in this moment, isn't it? If we see the truth, that there is no book, no crow outside, which are only within our minds, then we are doing away with the external world. Then there are no physical things that can be captured by the mind as a crow or a book. Then we get rid of the mind, isn't it? Then one is free from the external world as well as the mind, internal world. It is the emptiness, no attributes, invisible, on the ground, animitta, sunyatai, anidassanai, apatittitai. The mind which gets these experiences, there is disappearing, animitta, sunyata, apanihita. No attributes, no form, empty non-self of there is an object, there is true. If there is no book, I am also not there. Then I do lose myself in this moment, which is an emptiness. It is the liberation from mind. This is the nature of Buddha in this moment. The birth of Buddha is taking place in this moment. Passing away Buddha is also happening in the same moment. That is where the view of self disappearance of this passing away while discharging all cling, the birth, enlightened, liberation, and passing away. The great three occasions are taking place at the same instant. Therefore, we have Vesak Vesak every day. So, for the one who realizes this truth, every moment is an mm, auspicious moment. The great occasion is the realizing in the truth in the mind. The physical birth, enlightened and passing away, is the nature itself, incarnation. The Vesak can be celebrated considering these reasons. Occasions took place in that day. The one who does not realize the truth can celebrate the Vesak by reversing special day. But in reality, these three occasions are taking place in the momentary mind. If one realizes the truth, then it is the moment he experiences these three great occasions: the birth, enlightenment, passing away. The moment of realization of the truth is the great celebration of the universe. This is the moment of waking to Buddha nature. This is moment of realization that all the defilements, kilesa, are disappearing within his realization. This is the firm, certain path to nirvana. Even if we offer alms and me- meritorious deeds, there is no guarantee one would not fall into suffering. It would not happen according to the doctrine of Buddha. The reason is that there is no right view, samadhi, in the ground of ignorance. Everything is done within the ambit of wrong view, mithaditi. It is seen in the Mahaditi Samukhantavya. It is being divided into wrong living, Ajiva, and correct living, Samajiva. The wrong livelihood in the worldly Pruthagana ground, Ajiva, the correct livelihood in the noble ground. The noble ground in the place their relationship taking place. The noble eightfold path, Aryashtanga Marga, correct view, Samadhi, correct thought, Samma Sankappa, correct speech, Samma Vacha, correct livelihood, Samma Ajiva, correct action, Samma Kamanta, correct effort, Samma Vayama, correct action, correct mindfulness, Samma Sati, correct concentration, Samma Samadhi. Then, my dear friend of Dhamma, we always listen the sermons, listen the guidelines, and our to give our Buddha Father Dhamma guidance spiritual Dhamma guidance teacher. But sometimes we are practicing in Dhamma according to the our Buddha Father teachers guidelines. But sometimes we face some problems. You want to solution and they want to correct path to Nibbana. Then our Buddhotpada spiritual guidance teacher always ready to give us solution, get advice and correct path to Nibbana. Then we in a moment and first we listen the sermon, then we sometimes Buddhotpada say join doesn't. Therwan Sarna, everyone. Therwan Sarnai.
තෙරුවන් සරණයි ආර්යයන් වහන්ස. ඒ වගේම තෙරුවන් සරණයි මිහිඳුන් වහන්ස. තෙරුවන් සරණයි. What is the Paticca Samuppada? Paticca Samuppada, the meaning is, would we have many of things in our life? Family, money, luxury homes, luxury cars. But remember, nothing can be carried after your death. Did you see our ancestors turn them into mummies? They thought that they can be taken after death, but not so. Were they able to? They work hard for it. But a mummy is just like a rotten tree, nothing. We still do today same thing. The world seen outside. Paticca Samuppada means you have a world and you are attached it. But did you see what Apple founder Steve Jobs said at the end? Worth is only one thing that is not life. That means he missed his life, isn't it? So then, what we need to do in our lifetime? You must find who are you, why you came from here, why we born like this. If you have this problem, absolutely you are lucky. What I mean, because you need to be happy forever. You can happy forever. We are teach you all about you. You are just an illusion. I can prove it. Okay then. You see the world on your eyes. You hear the world on your ears. You feel the smell on your nose. You feel the taste on your mouth. You can touch anything with your body. So, this is you. But what we mean of illusion? That mean I will send you a chair. Chair will feel. Am I right? I will send your mother. You can imagine your mother. I will send your father. You can imagine father. The language of different countries is spoken differently. Everything is sound and color. It's depend on your mind. We are seeing a shock, just like spark. When we ride in a bicycle, electricity is generated like a dynamo. Mind is like that. Mind is a lot of spark and sensors. Mind is only this. But the world seen by flies is different from the world we see. Pets cannot see. They only have senses. If you are blind, you see the world differently. Then is the visible world from the same world. The way you see the other world is solar system, ethic. Is all the same thing? No. Then, do you accept it outside world is real? So then, how can we see the real world? Reality is depends on your mind. What you think becomes that thing. That's why our mother is someone's sister, someone's daughter. The world is seen according to the angle from which you see it. Now you can understand. World is an illusion. After, you need to understand Hetupala Dhamma. What is the Hetupala Dhamma? World is illusion. Then, how is the world formed? That means, come back your childhood. How is calling child saying, Mom? Ma, mom, dad, daddy. Did you remember that? After, in the junior school, the teacher showed you the different pictures and places. In those images, this is sun's tree, this is sunflower, this is waterfall, this is mommy, this is daddy, were given the names of such images. This is how you get used to the world. Now you have a world with jobs, marriage, children, ethic. Now this world is complicated for you. But look how beautiful in the newborn babies. The way you feel sad in the would you forget in would you thought was education. Why are you fighting those wars? For what? Because your mind you make the world real. Now your progress is too much. So at math, science, and finally get the Great War. People are going crazy. People started going drug because of the pressure. What is the use of this education? If it is destroy a beautiful world, Hetupala Dhamma means there is nothing here. You think that the mind is not same thing. That is concept. It changes every time. You see the book, not the mind that sees the world. The world is a sound and a color. Sound and colors. There is more than to this than word. What we word used to communicate. If the world is color, we need light. We cannot see the world without light. Because of the case, the result occurs that is Hetupala Dhamma. Then when this light is not there, we cannot see. That is Chakku Viññāna mind arises because of the light without the light. The Chakkuvinyana mind is not brown. The question to ask you is there a word or a book where you can see it? The book, the world, the pen means living in a name we have adopted. It is a truth. So we live in a world of truths. Is it external? No. Is in your mind. Is in our mind. We cry even when someone dies. We cry even after 10 years. But the dead person live in our mind only. The person in mind is not dead. So we are in sadness. How can we get rid of sadness? Then we have to lose the person blind in our mind. There is no problem with the person outside, but in each other's way, suffering from outside things. This is the case of sorrow. This is the case of karma. Now we dream. But is the dream true? The mind itself is an illusion. We must understand the illusion from the illusion. For that, we need to identify the difference between consciousness, vijnana, and knowledge, jnana. Consciousness is vijnana. This mind that sees a book and likes the book outside. What is the knowledge? Jnana. Now, see the mind in the thing. See the mind in this thing. It is deep understanding, prajna. It is deep understanding, prajna. What is seen by deep understanding is not by knowledge. What is seen by deep understanding is flowed by knowledge, jnana. Those are old world. Those are all words. Sorry. You are cry, you grave, you hate. There are no words for this. But it has words. It has fire. It has vibration. Even if you desire, it is fire. If you are hate, it is fire. Everything is fire. Everything cases sorrow. I feel that I instead become there is something outside. If there is nothing else outside, just like space. If you are born alone, you have nothing to talk about. Why? There is nothing outside. Where are you then? Only the outside is that you. Only outside we say us. Where are the words to speak now? There is no sense. No need. Why? That you are saying outside is you. You are not saying anything like this. You are only in outside. You are a reflection. Outside it's a reflection. That's why we say it are not in the mirror. Are you in the mirror? Plants, stones, things that you see in the mirror. A cat finds a ball of yarn and the cat struggles to unite the ball of yarn. The cat pulls there. The cat pulls from here. At the end, the whole body of the cat is a ball of yarn. Now the cat is stuck in the ball of yarn. There is not even a ball of yarn that is finally unwound. Finally, the cat is stuck. This is how we see the confusion of society as dharma. Now, if we talk about Trividya, Ubbe Nivasa, knowledge. Now, in society, a person who was born before is reborn in the soul and is born and dies. And that's why they believe in karma. They think they are reborn and go to a good place. If you do bad things, you will be born in a bad place. That is karma. That is the result of karma. And that is the world of truth. But nirvana is not that. Nirvana is not there. It is incomplete. It is not here in the true doctrine. There is no nirvana there. There is not there. Mindfulness is needed to understand this. Next is Chutupapati knowledge. Those who do not know the Dharma think that this is the mind that dies and is born. Knowledge that sees the born. Is that Chutupapata? But the word is right and the meaning is wrong. Chutupapata knowledge is the correct meaning. Consciousness arises and disappears. The next truth also arises and disappears. If this mind that has arisen is seen at this moment, it is also caused by past consciousness. The truth that was not there before arose, but it was gone at this moment. But that mind is not present, but the past. This arisen mind disappears at that moment, and that is where both birth and death are. If one sees a book outside it, the soul called the book arises. Then, along with the soul comes birth, decay, aging, and death. Why? There is a soul called the book. There is a birth there. There is emergency and there is disappearance. There is raga, hatred, delusion in what that book says. If anything is found outside, there is the soul. Can't escape. Knowledging is something exists. It's because of pain, consciousness, recognition, attachment. If you see the truth, not in outside, it is in your mind. The book is in not outside, it is in inside. You associate the image you are making to shape on the outside. So seeing this is the way to get rid of sadness. Then because of the previous book, now the book is brown. That's the past. It doesn't even belong outside. Arises and disappears at this very moment, and it cannot be imposed even in the present. Even if the thoughts of the past are formed, it is the mind of this moment. Even if you think about something in future, it is a present thought at this moment. Think well. But this mind in the previous memory, everything is convention name. It is also in the past, not the present. The next truth also passes away as soon as it arises. There is no present. There is zero. There is nothing. No catched. There is nothingness. Now you want to see this in practice. Now imagine this without the individual soul nature. Now see, when the little baby is born, he don't know anything. But he sees all those shapes are seen in that way. But they have no identity. The little child does not know that this is the sun and this is the moon. He does not know anything. It is the radiated mind. We have also a radiated mind. Now, what is covered with? How? We called it jealous ashrava, just dirty. But how did it happen? That radiated child has nothing, an empty white cloth. That cloth is dirtying. The little child is not dirty. It is really the chance of the moment of freedom from all sorrow, like Rahat. But the little child is dependent, academic. What we mean academic. At the source of this little child, there is the mind for inspiration. It's because of this that addition occurs. What will happen when the light comes outside when making a sound? The two are coming together. This is Sankara. Entities such as eyes, ears, nose, and body are added. This is a very delicate story. This is absolutely true. When you feed an animal, give a knock on the plate. After that, when you knock on the plate, at the same point, the animal sees the food. Why is that? That is combination of sound and light. This is also present in trees. Ancestors said Go to a tree and say good. The tree will bear fruit. Now when a light comes, the same sound comes. What will happen? It continues. Isn't there a rainbow brown here? Does anyone make rainbows out of drops? No, right? This is how the mind is born. The eye is little child eyes comes to light. It makes a sound outside. When the sounds come, those two comes together. There is a nature combining those two. That thing, no one doing that. Where the name and the image come together, a consciousness is born. That is the mind. Then teacher said, mother, every day you said, ma, 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 then mom. The sound of mother comes out. This is a really amazing story. This is with the breath. A small child can make a sound only if it breathes. If you breathe, that breath is realized through the mouth. The larynx sounds like a whistle. What was said comes from this side. He pushes the sound from outside like that whistle from here. It's not do. This event adds up in a huge way. When the image comes to each, the sounds come. Both come together. This is someone, not something a person does. This is nature. This is dharma. This dharma is a dharma of nature. We add to it in the outside. It has, that's what I see. So then, there must be someone who sees it. Then think, there is a person born here in the signal. Ah, I see that. I am. Etam mama. There I am born. Now the signal, I am, me, mine, saying comes through this. After that, there is mother. There is sister. There is brother. Then there is me. There I am. Etam mama. Eso hamasmi. Eso me attati samanupassati. I am my soul now. Now he has everything. Baba being. Being is not my being, but all this. Everything that is said outside to be, there is existence. So then, that's me. Outside is me. I am not inside the body. Now then, there is no one here. If you understand this, the absolute truth of this world will be clarified. You listen to this carefully. You only need to understand this correctly, which access all the dimensions of the universe. This is the key. No one can deceive you after this. You see the world from that body you have. Are you living a beautiful life because of that body? Even if you feel sad, you feel it when your body is in pain or when you feel sad in your heart, right? Without your body, you would experience this beautiful world. Delicious food, drinks, friends, mother, father, pet, beautiful images, cars, children, etc. All because of this body, right? Even if you feel sad, it's because of your sadness. You stay you. I am always sad. Hey, when the whole world is having fun, I think it's a world that changes only for me. I think it's because of your body, isn't it? God is there and the body help us. We are afraid of the devil or what God or what devil is there because you think that I am everything, isn't it? If it is you, you are the only one. You are your whole world. The world needs you to be beautiful. But you will think that I am beautiful. No, you are the most beautiful. I say that because you feel sad though the world feels different from others. Because you are special. Why did I say that? Because other people only sees the limit that they feels. It is difficult for them to see new things or think differently. That is why they have a group of friends only in limited. They think they are the best, but they do not know when they will have to say goodbye to this life. Saying goodbye at the time of saying goodbye is the internal thing in the whole universe. So I will give you some truth. Who are you really? Why were you born? What's wrong with you? You have to think. In fact, I know the answer if you think so. The answer is I can't believe it. I search for that answer and send it like that. The answer is different from what I thought. Don't know the answer? Isn't that so? But the answer can be seen today. You are ready to be immortal. You will be the answer you want to be immortal. It may happen to you in this world or in any other world. Good. It is the most powerful key in the universe, honestly. An honest person can be sad just because he is honest. Because you can live in this world only if you are lying. If you are honest, you get the power of the whole universe. What is the theory of the universe? What you get means you meet yourself. The day you found yourself, you lost yourself. Now it is only visible. I say the one word. I will cut the pineapple into pieces for you to eat. Now look, you can feel the health of the pineapple, don't you? That is it. That's become your no pineapple. You feel that sourness because you have time. Isn't that so? Now I will tell you a story like this. Did you remember the pineapple you saw just seen in your mind? Mind made you feel everything about pineapple. I am saying something a little bolder now. You saw that pineapple, a world. He said, I said, a world. You feel it consciously. Not only that, but you also saw a picture. This is all consciousness. isn't it? Before you know about pineapple, you saw it. But if you don't know about it, you wouldn't feel anything about pineapple, would you? It doesn't matter if you just hear it. When you go to some countries, the language they speak is different, so you can't understand them. So at the first, you listen to what they are saying, and then you get used to that country, and then you start to understand what they are saying. So that is how you saw the world. What you saw in the world, you will feel everything. Even if your mother says it, your father says it, or ask you what it is your favorite thing, you feel something in your heart. He said only what you already know and so behind that. If we say something new, you are curious to know it. That's why you tend to identify with it. So even if you discover something new, it is still in your mind. You want to buy something new. Let's say it's a car. That desire is in the heart. So think about everything. You understand very well now that the whole world will think, don't you? Let's say someone comes and scores you all at the once at the place of work without your fault. No, your work is very organized, but you don't work with the people. Now look, there is no answer to that, right? It doesn't matter how hard you work, doesn't it? Are you sad now? But I said it was just an incident, but you see it in your mind and start feeling sad. Now look, we are also sad from the heart, aren't we? But you are more angry than sad. Why? Even if you are smart, you feel the truth of being humiliated in front of others because of the truth of having to answer it. Sometimes you think of something to be angry about and start getting angry. Now you understand very well what everything we do is only the mind and only the mind. There is nothing behind that. You felt that you were born and that you died. Oh, the way of being born here, the way of dying here. Mom, I am afraid to die. And you say that I can't die. Look carefully at what we heart means. I said a few words here. That means you hear a sound. When you see an image with that sound, it is because you see an event that we see as the mind. Mind is simply a sound. It is like two block stones hitting together and creating a spark. That means sound and color together get a spark. That is the mind. Now let's say that you feel the sound of pineapple. That is I said before, and you want to like pineapple. The spark I mentioned earlier, I think a thought is like a combination of several experiences to come to a signal understanding or consciousness. It is because the word like that has been understood little by little, you feel the whole world. To be precise, you are made up of many sparks. You have started to feel that you are alive because of the power of sparks, like a lot of fire. To be exact, I said a lot of fire. Because of the world you feel, you begin to pierce. What I mean by pierce, Fears is that you feel happiness and sadness because of the mind that feel inside this body. If you really look closely, we know that we have a mind that we are and that the outside world is you and this body is yours. I am starting to feel different, isn't it? I say there is because there is no feeling of sign in outside world, right? If it is a world that exists, then this body or the world seen from outside should not charge either, right? People who look good on the outside get old. The body image that you feel is also getting old and sick. No matter how you keep it in the same stop again inside the body. When this is body is the just a chamber of flesh that melts day by day. If not cleaned, it stinks. You are here, I am the one, I am the best, or I am the king. It is no use. That meat still always rots. You have very little time. It may end today, it may end tomorrow, or it may end even after many years. Even if you build a castle in the sky, you can survive. You may have made the creation that you are the one to take even the kingship of the world, where your heart has not deceived you. There is a person who telling called you. The mind is only the value given to the external symbols that my mother taught me when I was a child. Here is the tree. I am your mother, my son. The name is the mind. The mind is not the truth. Now it is time for us to change our mind. But let him understand that this is just a truth that I have made up my mind. Wherever you see something, you mutter it like a mantra. As this develops little by little, you can experience control over your mind. Quit humming then you finish completely. Answers to every question and problem come naturally to you. Death is also something recognized by this mind. The day you get exact answer to what birth is and what this mind recognizes you being to understand that you are invisible. You conquer death. You realize that you will become immortal. All that is required is that you may lose and you may gain but the honest at the all times, and that is what the whole universe bows down to. Most people today live a life of oppression, but they all show to the outside world that I am very happy and I have no problem with truths. But reality is not to say, this is me, this is my ownership. I'm not really here because the life you take for granted isn't really forever. It is only a temporary relief. By the time you realize that your life will be over, it can be the moment when you fight for your last breath to live with this world any longer. Think about it. You will be never find something that you can collect forever called the world. Whatever get, eat, drunk today and die tomorrow, I am happy. But the pain you feel when you die is not a small pain. No matter how much you have, how much knowledge, almost everything in short. Even if you are king of the country, when you are ready to take your last breath, it is essential that you are prepared. Otherwise, you will to face a death that is more painful in the mind than in the body, because all your wealth will be lost. You must forget your loved ones. It doesn't matter what you have in this world. Nothing in your power can stop your heart from stopping. You should prepare for all them right now, because it doesn't matter when or what age you die. Death does not hesitate to kill the baby born today. That is the biggest sorrow you will have to suffer if you had not seen the Dharma. If death is preparation for pain, you must have realized without any hesitation that is the world something created in the mind. That understanding is not only in the mind. Your whole life should be upset on that understanding. Or, if you are in your heart, you have understood this, you will forget everything at your death and inherit only the fire of death. Only a small number of people can get rid of this, like the pile of soil on the ground and the pile of soil pick it up with fist. You are everything in this world. You may think so, but others have them. I am who? I am and I only have this. But you are see others as outside from those eyes of yours, right? Without those eyes of yours, there are people outside you are seen. If you can't hear, you don't care what they say, do you? There are beautiful songs in this world. No matter how much you are here in surrounding environment, it becomes beautiful because of the sound of birds, isn't it? Then the life you have got, how beautiful. It is starting to be destroyed by technology. But we who are born on flesh and blood, we see the world beautifully. Technology doesn't understand. We can see the world beautifully. This life is very short for us. When we go little further, the world we have to see will further away. In a world where Dharma is lost to you, parents and even children see as technology. The beauty of love is lost. Spending your life thinking that technology is beautiful. In the end, this is not far that humanity will become an undeveloped form of life that does not understand life. Before entering such an era, find the answer to the questions of who you really are. Always be honest. Honesty is nature. Nature is you. Therwan Saranai.
Everyone, Saranai. That's all from our Dharma friend. Much merits to our Mehenin Mahanse for your introduction of this moment, recording Lord Buddha's teachings. Much merits, Mehenin Mahanse. My sincere thanks to our Buddhotpada Dharma friend for his valuable speech. It was a great speech. Much merits to you too. Our spiritual guidance teacher Buddhodpada Arana. Yeruvan Saranai.